Okay, hello, my name is Bria and welcome to my presentation on FRUiTS fashion. Today I will be discussing FRUiTS as a media property and comparing it to my findings in the real-world location of Harajuku. FRUiTS fashion, also known as Harajuku street fashion, was pioneered as a media property by photographer Shoichi Aoki in 1997 and was spread as a concept globally by Gwen Stefani's album Love Angel Music Baby. And according to Kubo, Harajuku girls like sushi restaurants have become another cool Japanese cultural export and yet another addition to the image of cool Japan. In Harajuku there are three locations I focused on. The first being the famous Takeshita Street, the second being the intersection of Tokyu Plaza and FRUiTS, and the third being the less heard of Cat Street that runs from Harajuku to Shibuya, which if you look carefully are all highlighted within this map. Through my research prior to the trip, I came up with a few questions that I needed to research, which were: is Harajuku still a relevant fashion space for FRUiTS fashion? Is unique fashion under threat from the mainstream fashion in Japan? And how does Harajuku compare with other fashion destinations? Of course, I also encountered variables during my research. Samuel Thomas of Tokyo Telephone stated that the area of Takeshita is stingy and irrelevant to fashion culture despite it being one of the most famous parts of Harajuku. Since first travelling there 5 years ago, I have noticed a drastic change in shop fronts, with many boutiques being replaced with department stores and even a 100-yen shop. The quieter back streets of Harajuku, however, are full of boutiques in places such as Cat Street with a variety of fashions. Unfortunately, the weather hindered my exploration of this location for a more in-depth analysis of its clientele. In 2012, Tokyu Plaza was opened and there were concerns raised online about the effect of this mainstream department store so close to Harajuku, pictured on your left. However, though analysing FRUiTS across the intersection pictured on your right, I discovered that Harajuku mainstream and unique fashions have the ability to coexist, with mainstream bringing in the numbers of shoppers and bringing business to the smaller stores. In FRUiTS example, there are a number of stores targeted to particular audiences, such as Vivienne Westwood to Lolitas, as pictured here. In terms of comparing Harajuku as a fashion destination to other locations in Tokyo, it takes exploration. For example, Tokyo Disney Sea had a fashion culture that wasn't just Disney. There was also a bit of a culture around what you could consider teen dressing, as pictured here. In Akihabara, the fashion culture is dominated by AKB48 and also the maid cafe culture. By observing and looking at local magazines such as Akikal, the ideal fashion of this area follows these influences. Shibuya also has a local publication called Streets, established by Shoichi Aoki, creator of FRUiTS, and contains a much more grown-up style than FRUiTS, which is more executed. And the photos are often taken in the Shibuya Hikari Sky Lobby, pictured there. The centre of fashion in Shibuya is the 109 building, or Ichimaru-ku in Japanese, which is one of the most famous shopping complexes in Japan, located just a short distance from the Shibuya crossing. Within the Ichimaru-ku building, there is a number of different fashions located. Some examples of this, of the unique and different fashions that are located right next to each other, is, for example, the photo on the right hand side is of the store Glad News, which stocks punk goth fashion, while right next door to it there is a store called Secret Honey, which catered directly to Lolita fashion. Next to these more niche stores, there was also mainstream fashion and also shops specialising in cool Japan exports, such as Hello Kitty at Club KT, pictured down the bottom of this page. On the other hand, FRUiTS, however, unlike cool Japan exports such as Hello Kitty, has a barely existent relationship with the mainstream media, excepting the FRUiTS magazine publication. This is probably due to its street nature. On the other hand, FRUiTS has a massive online presence with many tour videos of Harajuku, how to dress videos, and fan pages and fashion blogs, such as TokyoFashion.com, I think. Overall, my relationship with the brand FRUiTS has dramatically changed during this research trip. Not only have I been able to observe FRUiTS fashion within Harajuku, but I have also been able to witness other fashions in other locations and the fan pilgrimage of many tourists to areas such as Takeshita Street. So in conclusion, Harajuku is still a relevant fashion destination for FRUiTS because despite Takeshita's demise into a tourist pilgrimage site, the back streets of Harajuku are still filled with unique fashion boutiques, making the fashion and FRUiTS magazine in the area survive. Unique fashion in Japan isn't under threat from the mainstream because it is able to coexist, like in the La Forêt building. And finally, Harajuku is one of many different fashion sites in Tokyo which helps make up a unique fashion ecosystem alongside places like Shibuya, Akihabara and Ginza. And thank you for watching my presentation. If you have any questions or would like to find out more about FRUiTS fashion, you can head to my portfolio at fruitsfashionfieldnotes.wordpress.com. Thank you.